Good morning, okay, 7:34. Happy Monday to you. You know, you want to catch a good show, there's quite a few options, but there's some good ones coming up here. Theater Statesville has one coming up. Mississippi Queens, a Southern comedy. It's going to be debuting September 19th through the 28th. Written and directed by Dalton Isaac, who joins us this morning. Dalton, how you doing?
I'm good, guys. How are y'all?
Thanks for coming. So you wrote this one too?
I did, yeah.
What's that like writing a live performance play? Because it's not. I mean, you know, there's music. You can write music. You can write all kinds of things. But writing a live performance, what was that journey like?
Well, it's been about 12 years in the making. I've written some other shows as well, but this is the first full length, comedy that I've done. So we're excited to debut it here in Statesville.
What's it like writing for? Because you got to like build like a show, right? Like, I mean, it's like an actual story that you progress through. But in writing a comedy, you obviously want to be funny from the whole time. But how did you start that process? Was it with like one particular character? Did you have like kind of more of like the bigger picture of the storyline, which way you wanted to go, or kind of walk me through that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I had a kind of an idea of how I wanted the show to play out, and then I just kind of, had to plug people into the equation. So it started with a couple of people conversating, and then it just kind of grew from there, and then characters got added in, and situation got added in, and then I just threw something to the wall and hoped that it was funny.
We do that every day here. No.
We'll find out on September 19th. So give us the details of the show, performances and the times, ticket availability. Walk us through all that, Dalton.
Yeah, so we opened this upcoming Friday, September 19th. This weekend is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Friday and Saturday shows are at 7:30, and then the Sunday matinees are at 2:30. And then we have the following week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those evening shows are at 7:30, and then the matinee on Sunday, the 28th, is at 2:30.
Okay, so several options for folks to go to, and you can go to theaterstatesville.com. That's the website, theaterstatesville.com. How you feeling about the performance and coming up
You're
leading
in
to
Tech
Friday?
Week now. Yeah,
so,
Tech Week
so
is
where's
tough.
your mind at?
Yeah, we started Tech yesterday. Had a really long day, but our cast is doing a great job. I've got one of our members sitting here with me now to get things rolling, get the ball rolling. They're still making me laugh. We're still laughing on stage, and so we're excited to get it going this weekend.
We're still getting in trouble with the director for laughing on stage.
Right.
Miss Tanya joins us. Tanya Fowler from Ferris Parenting is with us as well. Glad to hear your voice.
Yes.
Tanya, I didn't know that you were an actress as well. It definitely makes sense for our relationship a little bit, but why you at least appear to like us so much. It definitely is making more sense now. Give us your role in the performance and kind of what you're hoping for and where your mind's at too right now leading into show week.
So I play the character of Erlene, who is the play kind of centers around her kitchen, and so she's sort of the matriarch of the group and wants to try to fix everything and everybody, and all of the friends kind of come to her for advice and trying to figure things out. So it's been a lot of fun. I have funny lines, but I am definitely not the comedic relief in the show. So for me, being on stage with all of these funny characters, the hardest part truly has been not laughing. Which I still have not successfully done.
She has not.
But they are so funny, and every night they throw out something else. And when you're 6 inches from their face and they throw out some funny line, it's, or expression or deliver a line in a different way that you haven't heard yet, it's hard to maintain that. But it's been so much fun. I was just very honored to be a part of the show because it is a world premiere, and so brand new show. That's awesome. And then when I saw who I was cast with, like I saw who my castmates were, I felt a little bit intimidated to be on stage with these amazing people. So very excited to be there.
Tanya, I'd love to get your take on it, and Dalton. I love both of your perspectives on this. So coming together at a theater like Theater Statesville, right, and trying out for play and just working with other people in the community. What was that moment where you're like, hey, I think I want to perform and I think I want to try out for this play, and I like Theater Statesville. Walk me through that, Tanya, what that moment was like for you.
Okay, so the funny thing is that I've actually loved theater my entire life. Like since I was, a teenager or even earlier, my parents introduced me to live performances, and it was one of my favorite things to do. And I went to see all the shows, and but would sit in the audience and be jealous, but never had the guts to do anything about it. And then, Mamie can probably vouch for me here. There's something happens when you get to a certain age, and when you're like, you know what? Why am I holding back?
Yep.
Kind of a let's just do this kind of thing. So I was 39 years old and went and auditioned for my first show with Theater Statesville. And that was kind of what started that process for me was, I fell in love with it. I was just a small part in a show at that point, but I saw the camaraderie of the cast and the roller coaster of emotions that the cast goes through, like the excitement when you first start and you do that first read through. And then when you get down into the trenches like we are now in Tech Week and things are you're stressed out and you're worried things aren't going to come together and you can't remember the lines and you have some tears and some anger and then the performance night comes and it's all worth it. And, it's a roller coaster of emotions over that time frame, but that's what makes you bond so well with the cast. So that's what I fell in love with. And like I said, that was 8 years ago, and I've done maybe 10 performances since then. It's just kind of a hobby that I enjoy doing once or twice a year if I can. And Dalton leading Theater Statesville now as artistic director was, a no-brainer for me to be part of his show because he's so talented, not just as a writer, but as a director and a leader. And so it was absolutely an honor to be able to work with him on this.
So you go through the process of trying out, finding out, then you're in the show. Dalton, from your perspective in the beginning, right? You write this performance. Okay, now you're bringing people in to try out for it. Somebody's do you tell people no? Or theater is pretty ruthless, right? Y'all just put up a list, and if your name's not on it, just go home. That's how it works, right, in theater?
I mean, you try different people out, and you hope for the best. A list goes out, and if your name's not on it, see you next time. We hope you come back out for the next one. But you kind of have an idea of, especially, from my perspective, writing it, I kind of had an idea of how they sounded in my head. And I was very fortunate to get the group that I did because they're all doing it like how I pictured in my head, which has been a really fun thing for me to finally see these characters that have been living in my head for the past 12 years to come to life right in front of me.
And so is it a musical or no, it's not a musical?
It is not a musical where they sing throughout the whole thing. There is a reason the show is called Mississippi Queens, and you find that out towards the end of the play.
Okay.
And I will leave it at that.
All right. I love it. I love it. With it being set in Mississippi, are you guys putting on like extra Southern accents, or is the North Carolina accent suffice?
The country twang of North Carolina has sufficed, especially for a few of our country bumpkins that are in our show. But we just add some Mississippi isms, but there's a lot of North Carolina in there too.
Yeah.
Dalton, for those that don't know, Theater Statesville, theaterstatesville.com is the website you can go to. Overall, as the artistic director, what are some of those fun things that you guys like to really do for relates to the community or for those that are going to engage or want to try out? What would you say overall for those that maybe haven't heard of Theater Statesville? How would you describe it?
I would describe it as, a community-based organization that really cares about the people that we bring in and the work that we produce. We try to choose shows that are on a broad spectrum for something for everybody. I mean, we've got Southern comedy, we've got dark comedy, we've got the Christmas Carol walking tour that's coming back to downtown Statesville. We've got a kids Disney show that is in the summer of next year. We've got Shakespeare. So we've really tried this year as my first year as artistic director to choose shows that would go across the whole board. So there's something for everybody, and we're really, really excited about this upcoming season.
Dalton Isaac, he is the artistic director at Theater Statesville, theaterstatesville.com. Mississippi Queens, a Southern comedy. Show starts this weekend. Get your tickets now.